Have you ever seen something and wondered how you didn't see it before? It's been staring straight at you and you've missed it, possibly for years, but now you can see it and it's everywhere. It feels like a secret that nobody had told you about. Well, here's a secret that's actually started a whole new chapter in my slow stitching. I feel like I've discovered something that was untapped before, for me at least, and I just can't wait to share it with you today. And of course, we'll be using it to start a small slow stitch project together. So, books. We all have them, we all love them. But sometimes it's not about the thing that we first saw. Okay, so in this one, that's a beautiful book, and I bought it because of the cover. It has some lovely, really thick pages in here. And I've kept it for some time. I love the colours. It was that first attracted me. But today I saw something slightly different in it. I saw this. I guess artists and designers, I guess they call it composition. I don't know. I'm not trained in anything creative or anything like that. But I can just see that the way this is put together is not going to be that difficult to follow, is it? We could copy this in a quite a straightforward way. So main piece, circle in the middle, background, this bit and the gold. Okay, we can take that. On this one, look, Sunday one, Reading for the Young, Christmas 1895. So in this one, there's some beautiful pages and some are coloured in. I really don't mind buying things where the children have coloured things in. It just, shows that it's been used, doesn't it? It's not a collector's copy, it's something for me to use. Look at that, with the drop cap and the little bunny in it. It's lovely, isn't it? And that is beautiful as well, but not necessarily something we can use. However, that could be something we could use. Have the background, have a smaller picture here, and then something in the middle. Yeah, that's doable. What else do we have in here? Okay, so this one, isn't that just, overall it's just lovely, isn't it? Really, really lovely. You might not like birds, you might want flowers, you might just want a completely different kind of pattern. But what we have is it's all enclosed in this box here. 3 little ones there, obviously, but the way this goes round there, it doesn't matter. It's actually covering up a few bits here. And I mean, we could make our boxes, larger. We could make them different shape. We could do lots of things with them. And then just simple wording there. Don't forget, this doesn't have to be text, does it, when we're using it? What else do we have here? Okay, similar really, a box, but these just come out a little bit. So it kind of grounds it a little bit, doesn't it? A nice main picture and nothing else on it, but really, really very nice. I have some more books here. Now this one has lots of pictures, but they're not, they tend to be sort of full page pictures. Beautiful, look at that. So you see how they've put the person in there. It's just beautiful, isn't it? What else? Yep, lovely, lovely, lovely. I love it all, but not necessarily something that we can use. Look at that though. That's special, isn't it? Can you see it with the little rabbits again? Absolutely beautiful, beautiful. So, I think I might even put my new little post-it type thing in there. You have to be careful with these if you use them, because I think if you leave them on there very long, then they do take off some of the print. But on this one, what I liked was just the ads there in the inside back cover. This doesn't have to be, if we're using it for a page for slow stitching, it doesn't have to be all text, does it? But look at the boxes. You see, just replace all these bits with pictures, or not all of them even, just some of them. I think that could really, really work for us. Another one I have here. So this looks really simple to begin with, but actually you have our main one and a little sort of embellishment here, and obviously these two, but that one, I think that might actually be the same picture. They've just kind of cropped slightly differently. I don't think they've moved it up necessarily. They just, cropped it differently. So we can do that, can't we? Why not? So one landscape picture, second landscape picture, and then this one here, as I said, it could be 2 separate ones, or it looks really nice if it's the same picture cut in half, really, doesn't it? Or with that piece taken out. It's just, when you start looking at it, you can look at all your favourite books and things and just think, okay, what is it about it that I like? The page layout is just so important for these. So, again, lovely. So no you know, no big border on this one, is there? So that could be our entire page. Say we were using one of these little, you know, I'm always using these. I've said before that I do these up when, you know, when I just have a bit of time to do up several, and then I just stitch on them willy-nilly whenever I want, really. But most of the books are all portraits, not exactly the same dimensions, but we can work with that. So picture here, look, picture in there, another picture going around, and then just extra bits at the top and bottom. We can do that, can't we? So I hope you can see what I'm getting at. The fact that I've looked at these books loads and loads of times, but now I'm looking at the same books but differently. So one that I really would like to do is this one. I thought we could just throw some bits together and see what happens, really. In a recent video I was playing around with dyeing fabrics. Well, actually not so much dyeing as aging them. That's what I was trying to do. So on this one, okay, so if we have that piece, we want something for the background here, don't we? So I have a choice here, look. This, I mean, these colours all go together really nicely, don't they? So, you know, why fight it? Why not just use what's here, really? Why not start with this one? Because this has some of this going on in the background, doesn't it? I mean, we could use that one, but shall I? Okay. Decision made. Let's use this one going up as these sides, all right? Ow, just banged my head on the camera. So maybe one going almost all the way up. Actually, should that one be thicker? I think I want it to go in the background a little bit more, maybe. Don't know. Let's just get the basics done, shall we? The thing is, you know, and this is what I do all the time. I see something will work, and then for some reason I start playing before I've even tried it. Okay, so those two bits there, look, then we need something circular, don't we? Okay, well that one's cut off a little bit, isn't it? So maybe, what, that shape? That could go there, that could be our bit in the middle, couldn't it? Or, you know, this could be this picture here. What else do I need? I need something for the bottom, so, okay, perhaps now. Do I have a strip of this? Yes, I do, look. So that needs to kind of come down. I think mine might come down a bit further than that. Then what? Well, we want, I haven't got my circular shape, have I? So I know I have, right, I've always got doilies, but that's far too big. So what if I put that one over there? Now I quite like, when I'm making needle cases and things like that, or any kind of stitching, I quite like it when things are going off the edge. So can we do that? And then maybe we could shape this, couldn't we? Okay, so that could be, so I have my outline there, a little bit lower. I have my outline there, I have this bit. I really don't have anything that I know of that is a nice circle, you know, of fabric. But that's okay, because we can always kind of sew. Let's shape this one a little bit, shall we? Okay. So I don't want to make it into a circle particularly, do I? Want to shape it with this. So actually that one needs a bit of work. That'll be a bit more like that. That one at the bottom, so that one could go all the way across, or like that one, it could just go maybe further than that one, but to there. As I say, these were bits that I sort of dyed and used other bits and pieces on, and you know, roughed them all up the other day, and they really do feel nice. This one hasn't had anything done to it, and it feels much newer, not as nice. So I did mean to do the same treatment on that one, and you know, if I can plan this one first, then I can always just give that one the treatment, can't I? So what are we missing on there then? It's really, I think the bottom bit all works okay. I need something here. Now this is why I had this earlier, I think, because it just goes with all these colours, look. So how about that one up there, maybe coming off the corner like that. Quite nice, isn't it? I need this, because that brings a real piece of life to it, doesn't it? And I thought, yes, there you are. So I thought I'd seen tiffles over this. Okay, so that even looks nice the way it goes down like that, doesn't it? So I could either have this in here, look. Let's just feed it through a little bit. Come on. Come on. And of course, if I didn't have this lace, I could have just used something else and made holes in it. It's no biggie, is it? Just to put a bit of ribbon through it. Okay, something can go along there, and then do I want another piece below it? Do I have room? Not sure if I want another piece, so I'll just use the other end and see what happens. So on this one, I don't want it to be out quite as far, do I? So just start it in that little hole there. Come on, little piece. It's a beautiful colour, isn't it? This one is. It's, I don't know what colour would you call it, because it is almost like a really old gold sort of. I love it. Love it. Okay, so what I'll do in this one is go a little bit further out as well. I'm not sure how much room I have on the book, but we'll see. Because I want it to have that step, don't I, to go with this, because it's all going round. Okay, so I may or may not keep this bit. I quite like it, to be honest. And if those are around there, look. So I've kind of gotten the stepped piece. Look, if we're not seeing that in a minute, if that bit's hidden, then we do have the stepped bit, don't we? I could even put another bit through here, couldn't I, if I wanted to? But do you see what I mean about this following that? All right, now I don't think anybody could say, oh yes, Dawn, you've copied that particularly, but it's definitely given me the ideas of what to put where. So, you know, the rectangular bits with the circle bits, that sort of thing. I've got to be honest, I'm not that keen on this background, so I think I'm going to try and cover that a little bit more. Pull that out. And then maybe I want something else under there, I think. Well, okay, I don't want to introduce anything, you know, different again. I have loads going on there, don't I? So another piece of this could be the answer then, couldn't it? Oh, honestly, it is so soft. It's like brushed cotton, but it's beautiful. I love it. So maybe, let's cut a piece of this. Maybe then a piece of that underneath. See what, just to cover up. Oh yeah. To cover up this background completely. Okay. And that one there. When I'm actually, you know, stitching it, I might decide that I want to move things around a bit. I might move to, you know, move this white piece, in which case, well, this creamy piece, in which case that'll dictate this bit as well. This one is quite big, so maybe if this was up a bit more. Let's have a look. And then that one's down more. Yeah, I think I like that little bit of space at the bottom there, look. So that's this whole piece going up, isn't it? Okay. You might look at that and think that's so rough, it's just... But to me, you see, that's a plan. That's my plan now. So in the evenings, I can just merrily stitch away. I'm only going to put a couple of bits in here. That's no good, it's a rusty one. Pop a couple of bits on to make sure they don't slide away too much. And then, yeah, stitch that in the evening or whatever, or, you know, whenever I have 5 minutes. That's the thing about slow stitching, isn't it? The fact that it's slow doesn't bother me at all. The fact that I can, you know, start it and then continue with it over lots of evenings or whatever, weeks, months even. It doesn't matter, does it? A lot of the time I will get to this stage and then leave something, not because I don't want to do it, but because I'm in a, you know, like today I'm feeling like I'm in a kind of let's put things together kind of mood. Let's plan things. So, and that's probably why I was more open this morning to, you know, to looking at these books and thinking, actually, I'm going to use that as a plan, as a base. So that's my first one. Let's have a look at one more, shall we? One of the other pages in here I loved the look of, didn't I? So, oh, there's one that yeah, okay, so that one's completely different look. But can you see what I mean about the background? So we have our rectangle in the background. We have a lot going on here, and dark isn't normally me, but it doesn't have to be dark, does it? I mean, I do have some fabrics here that are quite dark in the background. It's funny actually, because somebody commented the other day and she said about, when I was talking about aging, she said, oh, you know, just look at the back. Absolutely. I don't know if I didn't mention that, because that is a really good thing that lots of us do. But you see, that to me is really bright. But I've got it folded that way because that way, wow, that's just too bright for what I normally do. But does it have the same impact? I think it does. So that's why it's folded that way, because that was the way I wanted to use it. And it's been folded that way for some time, but it's quite good. Yeah, okay. So if we were using that one, look, actually, so give myself some space. If I were using that one, I would like, it still does have a box around it again, doesn't it? So I think I would like to have something underneath that still. So I don't really know if these colours go particularly, that's the problem. But that just pushes that forward, doesn't it? And then what I might do actually, can I use this one again? I know it doesn't have the dark, no, I don't know, it doesn't have the drama of that one, does it? Do I have anything else here that I could use? Oh, okay, maybe one of these, my beloved little French pieces, look. So that could be my drama, couldn't it? And I might even leave this on. Might do. Okay. And then these pieces here, do they go with the pink? Or is it these really? Yep, okay. Do I have any more of this one? I could do with this a little bit more of this, isn't it? Okay, let's just take a piece off, shall we? Scissors. Oh, good grief. Scissors. There they are. Okay, so all these, look, they're slightly different. You know, some are a little bit more rectangular than others, but we won't worry about that for a minute. We'll just make a couple of different sized and different shaped pieces on this one. So although they're, you know, I'm trying to make a little range. Oh my goodness, it won't tear. They're not terribly different, are they? not wildly different in shape or anything like that. That one could be a bit big. It's maybe a bit too square. Okay, so there's my background. I've put it over here now. Honestly, if my head weren't screwed on. So that one. And that one. Huh, which way shall I have it? God. Honestly, I never know with this one. What do you think? I suppose it depends what I put on it, doesn't it? Right, I'm going to go for that one. And if it were a book cover or something, then I would actually take it over the side like that probably. But on this one, it's quite nice like that, isn't it? So let's have it like that. Like that. And then these little bits, just kind of all over it really, aren't they? So this one, when I first saw it, let me find, here we are, look. I thought it would be quite nice with a photo in the middle, wouldn't it? So I have these lovely little cabinet cards or calling cards or whatever you call. Oh look, isn't that beautiful? Maybe she could go in the middle then. And then I could have all these little bits. So I want one of these that's a bit narrower. Is narrower a word? Is narrower a word, or shall we say more narrow? Don't know. Less wide. So these just sort of in bits really. Why am I insisting on doing this again? Right, if it won't tear, then I can just fray it anyway, but it's a longer one for there, look. They're better skinnier, aren't they? So one there, a longer one there. Now they don't have it going over there, do they? So it'd be quite nice just to sort of go there, wouldn't it? That one. Come on. That one there. Oh! And my hands are really dry because the weather has just improved a little bit, which means I'm in the garden a bit. So my hands are really, my nails and everything else, really scruffy. But I'm just glad to be out, so I don't mind that at all. Okay, and that one I think I might put over the edge, or shall I keep it inside? I'd like to show that bit. Right, okay, I'll put it over there a bit. So what I'm taking from this bit really then isn't all the differences in, you know, all the, I'm not copying it, am I? Get your words out, Dawn. What I mean is I'm taking the fact that this is really quite dramatic. It doesn't matter whether it's really patterned or whether it's dark or whether it's just something that you love, you know, then the square in the middle, sorry, the rectangle in the middle, and then these pieces going all over. Actually, this size is much better, look. Fits the size of the project better, doesn't it? So some bigger, some smaller. And then here, actually, these are overlapping, aren't they? So maybe if that were there, then I could have one that's overlapping a little bit like that, couldn't I? So do you see where I'm coming from? These would be really nice, I think, with a little bit of text on them. However, if I didn't have that, I'm going to have this one as well, but that's a bit too bright. What about that one? Should we have some really small slithers of this one maybe? They just need to be smaller than that, don't they? So that one for you. Slightly bigger one, slightly wider one rather, for you. And a square one which I don't have, so that's fine. That one could maybe go over there, look. Alright, so it's a good starting point, hopefully. Hopefully you see what I mean. Ow. Oops. me banging my head on the camera again, sorry about that. Even when I'm sitting down, I'm dropping things. Right. So maybe delete these little things. Aren't they beautiful? They could maybe go along there then, couldn't they? You see what I mean? So that is most definitely inspired by that whole layout, isn't it? And I don't think that's too bad at all. I hope you can see what I mean about just leafing through and seeing the different, oh look at that, it's beautiful, isn't it? So if I had, I don't actually have any fabric with text on, but I might ask my mum-in-law to write a couple more pieces for me. She has the most beautiful writing, it's really, really lovely. So I could ask her to do a few bits. I did before and had them on paper, but I could ask her to do them on you know, bigger piece of paper, and then I could scan them in or whatever, couldn't I? But just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I love these pictures. Oh, and again, see the listings there? They're really pretty, aren't they? Really nice. So I guess actually, am I still ignoring the obvious? Yeah, why am I not using that then? So that's a piece with a circle, so I could use that doily again, couldn't I, for that piece? That one there. So what do I have here? This has quite a plain background, obviously, but it doesn't need to be. Ah, right, okay. What about this one? This is not really me at all, is it? It's so dark in comparison to everything else I do. I absolutely love it. And that would have been a really good one for the drama for this bit, wouldn't it, as well? Very nice. So we could have that with, again, some sort of, I don't have another doily that I can see. 2 seconds. These are possibly the same one. Are they the same one as this? Yeah, I think they are. Same size and everything. So that one could be in the middle there with a picture over it, but the colours need to go, don't they? So maybe that one. Or okay, so what about this one? Looks nice with this colour, doesn't it? And this one as well, but I don't have a sort of you know, an image there to put on. So what could I use? What could I do? What could I do? Well, for a start, I think I'll have a smaller one of those. It'll fit in better. It's kind of circular, kind of square, really. Anyway, so we could have that one on there. Maybe with that one, because it brings in this colour. And then we could have something on the top again of a similar colour. So either that one along the top, and it goes along the bottom, doesn't it? Things like that. So I want something goldy again, don't I? So I don't really want that one. It's quite nice, but don't really want that one on there. It takes away from the blue. That one would be okay if it were blue, but it's not. Okay, what about some of this instead? Alright, so this is the, do you remember, that was the one I did with tea. That was the one I did with coffee, and I preferred the coffee one. So maybe then that one at the top, because that could be the Sunday piece, look. That one, and then something else along there. So yes, of course I'm veering off. I'm not, you know, I don't have exactly what's on these pictures. However, I really don't think that's too bad. So get rid of all this detritus and see where we are. Want something along there, don't I? Something biggish. This one's a little bit too wide, isn't it, for the top? There we are, look. So I can just fold that over and use it. Maybe have the scrappy edges as well. because I do quite like that. Yeah, I like that. Okay, and then that, I think it needs something under there, doesn't it? Doo-doo-doo. Okay, maybe a piece of this. So this one, do you remember this one was really bright in the first place before I tried to age it? It was this one. And that's, you know, it's not awful, is it? But how much nicer is that? Partly because everything I'm using, you know, there's nothing white in here, is it? And a white background is something I struggle with sometimes. So maybe like there. Okay, him under there. Just to sort of lift that off a bit. That one, and then, yeah, something else extra here. So, could be this again. I do quite like this with it. I don't want to take away too much the drama of the bit above, you know what I mean? That might even be a little pocket, look. We could do that, couldn't we? Make that a pocket, and then buttons, always buttons. I mean, do I want some of this on it? Yeah, I probably do. Okay, so where was the original of this one then? I think it's underneath there, isn't it? So I can't have that for a minute. That's okay. Put those bits there, look. And oh, have you seen? Oh, the most beautiful, beautiful buttons. I don't think they'll work on here. I think they're a bit big, but look, aren't they just stunning? That's absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Looks a bit collagey now, doesn't it? Too many things on there that aren't fabric. Okay. I have these, look. The reason I've picked these is because I actually bought these more or less together, and although all the colours don't go, look at those, aren't they beautiful? And that, although they don't all go, a lot of them do. So what do we think? No, because that's silver. No, that's too bling. What's that one? No, don't like that one. These are mainly glass, I think, by the feel of it. So let's get some blue in there, shall we? Oh, look at that one. Isn't it gorgeous? So maybe all the blue ones. Okay, so something like that. Right, I think that's quite a good starting point, don't you? Considering we've just taken this book. Let me put these back a minute. Where'd they go? Yeah, considering we've taken this book for inspiration, say if I have something more gold, so ideally this beautiful ribbon here, yeah, I need to use that in there as well, don't I? Definitely. Okay, so this is going to be used several times by the look of it. So I hope you can see what I mean, and I've not rambled on too much. I just, you know, have a look at books. I'm always buying books that other people won't touch really because it's falling apart. I mean, certainly a collector wouldn't want it, and most people on their bookshelves wouldn't want it either because it's falling apart and because the spine is so faded. But I think that's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, so I guess it's like an annual, isn't it? So 1896 there, but then the date that it was gifted. Someone, Violet Cavell, with love from Auntie, oh my goodness, Auntie, I don't know, I can't read that. I don't know what that sign is, what that letter is. But anyway, Christmas 1895. So yeah, just because they're falling apart, just because some children have had fun and started colouring them in, and just because actually this one does smell very old, still brilliant to me. Brilliant. Right, so look for these old ones. Be inspired by these old ones. And that was a page, wasn't it, in here? There. Okay, that to that, that to that, and that to that. It's all just ideas, and I hope that's caught your imagination a little bit as well. Okay, until next time, bye.